Like she mentioned, we have been pretty much traveling all over the state, introducing ourselves, spreading the word about our company. We've been doing this for about a year now as far as working with customers, and we've got about 100 paying customers for the company. On a subscription-based model. Our kind of business model is a low barrier to entry subscription service, SaaS company. And really the reason we got into what we're doing is that we are restaurateurs. We've been in the hospitality business. Myself and JP is my co-founder. We've been working together for about 15 years and collectively over 30 years in the industry. Hiring is kind of a struggle for most people in just about any industry, but especially in hospitality. So we decided to create an affordable applicant tracking system that integrates with our clients' web and social presence to more or less give them an opportunity to drive really great applicant traffic, network with those people, engage with those people well, and hire better talent. As far as what we do, we have a 2-minute video that we put together that's just kind of going to show you exactly how the platform works. So we're going to get into that now, and then tell you a little bit more about the direction of our company and what else we have planned.
Welcome to StaffedUp. We're here to make your life better by helping you hire the best talent, smarter and faster. Getting started is simple. Sign up for free, and on your first login, follow our simple tutorial to set up your account and start creating positions and qualifying questions for your company. You can customize your application by creating custom questions. We use our great list of pre-drafted questions for all our specific positions and make sure you're asking the right questions to get the best talent. You can even set questions as pre-qualifiers, saving time by filtering applicants who don't meet your minimum criteria, and let the system automatically and professionally respond for you. Once set up, it's time to leverage your web and social presence to drive great applicant traffic who are already interested in and paying attention to your brand. It's important to add StaffedUp to your website and social media so it's easy for applicants to find and review your job information and apply from any device. We also encourage you to take advantage of our discounted VistaPrint print collateral like business cards, table tents, and door frames to help you advertise to your already loyal patrons 24/7 that you're building your team. Once applicants start rolling in, easily navigate through applicants by position, by application status, or individually using the very easy-to-use search function. Pull up any applicant in seconds and review full resume information. Evaluate custom question answers, work history, references and education, and professionally qualify and respond in just a few clicks. When it's time to interview, it couldn't be easier. Set up direct interviews or invite groups of applicants to sign up for interview blocks and manage all interviews through the custom calendar. Compete for talent in real time and connect with applicants directly with text and email notifications and have full accountability for all interactions with time-stamped and dated messages. The StaffedUp team is comprised of hospitality professionals solving hospitality problems. We're continually developing awesome new features daily, and we're excited to keep growing so you can keep doing what you do better. Sign up for free, utilize the tools, and we promise you won't want to run your business without StaffedUp ever again.
Okay, so for the majority of people in this room, obviously we have entrepreneurial spirit. Some of you have either been in management or hiring in the past. I mean, how many of you have used tools to hire or had problems hiring in the past? Show of hands. Okay, so most people have been in a position where hiring has been a pain. So we started as a hospitality service specifically because it's what we knew and it's what we were good at. But we're realizing that there are plenty of markets out there that have not necessarily been accommodated by the HR tools that exist at a price point that works for them. So we developed this white label system, not specifically for hospitality, or originally we did, but we're kind of moving into understanding that there are other markets that need the price point that we offer and the services that we offer that are customizable and very integratable. So any employer in this room could sign up for our system today, even though we're marketing specifically towards hospitality and kind of building a database in our markets that we're growing in. It's pretty much applicable to any market, any company, any employer. So as we grow, we will be marketing to new opportunities, new industries, and new employers that all have the same problem. So as far as competition, there are plenty of people in the market that do what we do. They don't necessarily have the opportunity to teach their customers and their employers how to compete for better talent consistently. That's kind of what sets us apart. Has anyone here used Indeed, for instance? Okay. Do we have any success stories that anyone's absolutely in love with Indeed? Okay. So I don't know if you guys looked around, but there were a couple hands that went up the first question and 0 hands that went up the second time. That is consistent among everybody that we network with that is an employer that is now a customer of ours. And this is our 5th time doing this presentation. Also been very consistent with that. So the idea is that these big job boards are creating opportunities for you to get a ton of applicant traffic, but it's not quality, it's not consistent, it's not the right people to fill the positions that you need. The difference with us and what they're doing is that we're helping you basically build your own database, a qualified talent pool that you've customized. We've helped you create a hiring culture that's a traffic, that's easy to get into, and then even easier for you as an employer to network with the talent, engage with them, properly evaluate and hire the right people with the whole goal of decreasing turnover and increasing your bottom line. So you can kind of consider us a dating site for the applicant and the employer where everyone can effectively put their best foot forward on both sides, and then also have the best opportunity to engage with each other to make sure it's the right fit for the right position, asking the right applicant the right questions to make sure that they get where they need to go and make sure you guys are hiring the right people. So we really like the Q&A part of this. I'm not going to waste too much more time filling you in. I think hopefully we've kind of put on display what we do, how we do it, and why we're doing it. It's definitely a need in the market for it, and our goal is basically just to decrease the desperation hire and improve hiring efficiency. So we're going to leave it there and let you guys ask any questions that you might have.
Okay. All right. Yeah, who wants to start? Fabulous question askers. And Joe. No, I was kidding.
Okay, so I guess my first question is from the, well, I have a couple questions. I'll try to keep them to a minimum. First off, how much is it per month for this?
So that's the other thing that I didn't get into is right now, as a company, we built our first tier. It's $29 per month per location. So that's unlimited positions, unlimited applications, unlimited interactions. You get email and text, direct messaging with every single applicant, and use the one-click messaging to basically go through, and you saw on the screen that it's 100% mobile friendly. So all of the services that we offer are $29 per month on a monthly subscription basis. As we grow, there's going to be higher tiers with payroll integrations, digital onboarding, and things like that.
All right, well, my main question, well, first off, your best opportunity, quite honestly, is franchisees. And you should talk to like franchise brokers and those kind of people, because if you own like 5 McDonald's, this would be a godsend, quite frankly. I think that's your best opportunity right off the bat. The second thing, the big question is, you didn't quite flesh out how a potential hiree, how they find you, other than I've been following you on Facebook and you all of a sudden you have a position. If I'm just a bartender and I'm looking for work, I'm not necessarily saying, well, I have to go work here, I want to go work. Could you kind of flesh out that process a little bit?
Sure. So we basically, as a company that helps the employer, we build branded collateral that helps you market to people through social media, like you mentioned, through your website, also through your organic foot traffic. But we also connect directly to our company's website. So as we develop talent pools in the area, we're actually helping through targeted SEO and backlinks on the websites for people to search for a bartending position in their area, and it'll populate not only our site, but the people that we work with, it populates their website. So I mean, we signed up, for instance, Patios in St. Louis. They signed up with us as just kind of a trial basis. Within the first 10 days, they had over 30 applicants, and all we did was connect to their website, to their social media, and give them some branded collateral to help drive traffic. We started in Kansas City a few weeks back and really didn't have a market there. Brookside Barrio, they're a new establishment. We're not even on their website yet, and they've got 50 applicants in their first month. So really what we do is, we just kind of teach them how to create a hiring culture that's attractive and make it very easy. So our conversion rate for the applicants is really, really high. We're over 90%, because once you get into the system, it's as easy to apply as anything that's on the market, but still allowing the applicant to give the most information possible, as well as allowing the employer to review it very simply and respond with just a few clicks.
I saw multiple hands the first time. all scared now? Did Joe ask everybody's question?
Two quick questions from a consumer standpoint. Are there parts of the country that you focus in, like Chicago, New York?
Right now, Midwest, because this
Midwest.
is where we're at.
Okay,
This is our
perfect.
strongest kind of, our talent pool is highest here. We've got about, we're coming up on 10,000 applicants actively using the site. St. Louis, Columbia, Kansas City, Chicago. We're in Dallas and Austin, Milwaukee. We've got people in Atlanta. We've signed someone in Vermont. It's kind of getting some organic traffic at this point. As far as traction is concerned, this particular week, we kind of hit a pivoting point this month. We signed up more people this week who have actively converted with a subscription and have their payment information in the system, more than we did last month. So we're actually starting to see the effects of our hard work and labor up front to make sure that we've been actively working with people one-on-one, learning what the pain points are, learning where we were coming up short, and finding ways to really get people into the system and get them in well.
So, second question, from a job seeker standpoint, have you thought of partnering with some of the major colleges and universities? I mean, I went to Purdue and we have a ginormous RHI program. So you could capture all these students coming out before they hit the pain of the landmines and everything.
So we did the bar and restaurant show in Chicago, National Restaurant Association show in Chicago this summer, and we connected with a lot of culinary school, like teachers as well as students and stuff. So that's actually been something that's been our target market as well. Just kind of getting them on the site so they can go find positions available. We've also networked with the University of Missouri to try and bring them on, kind of let them show that it works there, and then take it to other places.
Great presentation, by the way. So I understand that pricing is obviously more attractive, it's lower, but what are some of the features or process workflows that is different for this industry, let's say, than the bigger applicant tracking systems handle or focus on?
So two things to focus on are definitely quality over quantity. So we definitely get more applicants. I mean, if you look at our homepage, we say up to 7 times more applicants than you would be getting without a system like this. But we are 100% integratable into your brand, fully customizable and representative of you. So it's not about StaffedUp. We're not going out trying to build a StaffedUp brand to get all these applicants on board now. We are doing that, but we're doing it in a way that focuses on the employer. So we're driving legitimate organic traffic to get quality applicants in there, have customizable tools where you as an employer can ask one question, sign up to specific positions, create opportunities to pre-qualify those individuals based on their answers. So we're saving you time and energy. And for instance, if I had my phone, I could pull up my database for my restaurant, go through my applicants directly from my just a click, pull them up, have them ready to go. And then we've got all this one-click messaging that saves time and energy, basically professional pre-drafted interactions that allow you to qualify and interact with someone in seconds. So for instance, if you had 100 applications that you were trying to open a restaurant and you wanted to go through and invite them to interview, it might take you a couple of minutes. The people who are actively interested will respond, the people that are not will fall out of the system, and you wasted no time trying to connect with these individuals.
I understand the benefit of using this kind of system. I was sort of wondering are there big differences between this and something like Lever and some of these other ones that you see more for the tech industry and large organizations, large companies? Is there something different, or is it just you're targeting?
I think the way that we've priced it and the tools that we provided focus on simplicity. So we're not building a bunch of bells and whistles that most people in our industry won't use and then make them pay for it. So really we've just created a system that is targeted at a price point that's efficient for them and effective for them to actually use. There are definitely huge HR tools that blow us out of the water. We are not the most robust system out there, but the way that we're doing things is actually creating quality traffic that has real potential for hire, as opposed to the people who are boasting, millions of applications and millions of jobs and flooding a talent pool that really has no ability to engage and have any active interest in filling a position. So, it's almost more basic than what everyone is doing, but because we're what's that?
Intentional.
but it's intentionally more basic. Yeah, it's going kind of back to where it needs to be, as opposed to trying to get as many eyes on a position as possible. It's trying to get the right eyes.
Questions? No? Yeah, you can.
What are your revenue projections for the next year, next 3 years, and down the road? And where do you see other opportunities?
Revenue projections for the first year, our goal is to get to at least $500,000 in revenue. So that gets us at about 1,500 active paying users at our lowest subscription model. As we grow, there's opportunities for a la carte offerings, opportunities to find ways to kind of market more services and higher price tiers back to our paying customers, and also use that as leverage to grow the company. 3-year projection, by the end of 3 years, our goal is to be sitting at about $5.5 million on an annual basis. That's basically the tipping point for us to take it from a national level to an international level. We're already networking with companies and startups who have done it, and are kind of giving us a roadmap to head in the right direction. But other opportunities are basically stacking other revenue models on top of it. And so instead of just hospitality, we've already got chiropractors, surgeons, plumbers, people in finance, salons. There's so many people that need a service like this at a price point that we offer, that we've created a permanent solution. We are their hiring process. So you don't go and pay $400 to Indeed for a desperation moment hire, try to get a bunch of traffic in and then settle for the best of whatever's available, or just settle for whatever's available. You have an opportunity to continually, 24/7, 365 days a year, build a qualified database and interact with it in seconds, to basically, our retention model is going to be a lot better than the people who are charging $400 for 1 month. We might only get $300 out of you in a year, but we're going to get you year after year and be able to sell stuff back to you for a little bit more of an increased monthly revenue.
So what specifically do you see being in those higher tier price points that you're down the road?
So we're also using our data and our analytics to be able to track how things are working. So we're going to be able to track who's in your area, who's looking for what specific positions, and offer a higher price tier for people who sign up directly with us, to be able to actually network back out to those applicants, not just wait for them to come in. So in St. Louis, we're already getting close to being able to offer that. Same thing with Columbia. Other markets are slowly getting there. But really it's stuff like digital onboarding and payroll integrations, background checks. I mean, we've got quite a few different services. And really the idea is we're going to help you qualify and really determine who's going to be the best hire. We have a company that wants to do personality trait matching and things like that.
Great. Bruce.
So, where are you then? How long have you had your application actually out on the marketplace?
We started onboarding clients just before last summer. We were getting people in, but we had quite a few situations where I don't think we were ready for the volume that we were starting to hit. Applicants were coming in, and the employers were kind of, I guess, loading up their portals. But the timing on things, the loading, development wasn't perfect. So we took 3 months off, went back to the drawing board, got everything tuned up, and went back and just started selling this fall. And so we've got about 100 paying customers actively, but we've just put another almost 40 people into our trial within the past few weeks. So we're actually starting to see, we're free for the first 30 days. So when I say trial, that's where we're at.
Okay, so that's not bad. So you're pretty confident that you're going to hit your revenue projections for the year, it sounds like.
Yeah, no, we feel really good about it. Basically, in order to hit that, it's going to be in a 365-day cycle. We need about 4 conversions a day. We really have just started selling, and we haven't even implemented half of our marketing, and we have a lot of other tools that we're building in to kind of generate organic leads. So as an applicant, you sign up with us, we give the opportunity to reach out to your previous employers for reference. That kind of tags that employer in our system as a cold lead, but then with a couple of clicks, the employer gets a thank you page saying, the applicant really appreciates your reference. It goes a long way in helping them get hired for the next position. If you're not using StaffedUp to hire, here's more information, here's an opportunity to contact us, sign up and check us out for free, things like that. So we're basically leveraging our applicant traffic to drive more employer traffic.
So I guess, what are your plans for the next several months? What kinds of new developments are you trying to do? What kind of resources do you need to do?
So as far as resources are concerned, we have an investment meeting this afternoon. We are raising a round right now to build our development team. That's kind of what's slowing us down at this point, is we haven't had the resources to be able to pay our team to work full time. So we've got 3 developers that are working with us. We want to grow that team to 5 or 6. Right now, based on our budget, we can afford up to 6 people based on the round that we're hoping to close here shortly. So we're working with 2 different firms in St. Louis and a couple of national companies or some people out west that are also potential for investment.
Okay. Who here is who are you raising from here?
Excuse me?
Who's here that you're raising from?
We've got applications in with Archangels and then also Cultivation Wealth.
Have you gone through the screening meeting yet?
What's that?
Have you gone through a screening meeting yet?
Yes.
Cool. Was that yesterday?
Excuse me?
Was that yesterday?
Screening meeting yesterday?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
So we have a meeting today with Cultivation.
Okay.
Archangels has pretty much done all the due diligence and has all our information. We're just waiting to set up an opportunity to pitch.
So given that you have a platform and recruiting and all that's very important, what have you done on your internal culture and what are you doing on your platform to ensure that your platform is inclusive?
Inclusive.
And not just reinforcing existing power structures, having people who are, only white or whatever. How are you dealing with that internally on your culture? How are you doing that on the platform to make sure that you don't perpetuate, classism, racism, sexism, things like that?
Sure. So hiring practice, it's still an application process that gives the employer the control. So, we indemnify ourselves and the employer, saying that we're equal rights employers. We have all of our terms of use and privacy policy and everything set to guide people into the right direction, guide employers in the right direction, protect them. But, still you as an employer have the responsibility of hiring correctly with the right practice and making sure that you are abiding by all the state and federal regulations and treating people equally no matter what their race or color. We don't require pictures on the system, but it is optional. But it's just like any other application process or system, even if it's just organic paper applications. You as an employer are responsible for proper hiring practice.
So I understand the compliance angle. I'm also curious, do you culturally, what your company is doing? You say you have 3 other employees, is that right?
Yeah, so myself and JP are the founder. We've got 3 developers. We've got 2 of our, I guess you could say, marketing people and interns that are working to start with us. We're a small company. We haven't really looked out to grow substantially or really marketed ourselves as an opportunity for people to work with us. We're just organically running into opportunities that make sense. When we were in St. Louis for a networking, what was the tech in November? There was a tech summit in November. We met with quite a few international interns that expressed interest in us and given them the opportunity to submit applications and things like that. But we're always open to talking to just about everybody. There's no structure based on, I guess, your question that I can answer to say that we've done anything proactively, I guess.
If I understand correctly, no one of you has a technical background, am I right?
Correct.
So, how did you succeed to convince 3 developers to work for you with no salaries?
They've been paid.
Say it again?
They've been paid up to this point. We just can't pay people to continue to evolve, is what I'm saying. So they're taking there's a minor equity stake for some of the developers, and then they take pay as well, just a pay cut.
So there is a basic salary and then the equity?
Correct.
Yeah. So there's a small equity share for our developers that are currently on our team, and they get a decreased rate of pay.
And are they considered employees, full employees, or contractual?
They're equity partners.
Okay, so partners, basically.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'm just sort of curious to hear your guys' journey from, you're saying, the hospitality industry to tech and all the things that, either on the business side or on the design side. So you guys did a pretty good job with the design of the website and everything. What was that journey like?
It's a yeah,
Painful.
painful. It's definitely been an uphill battle. We jumped into it. We won the Startup Weekend 2016, 2015 in Colombia. We were actually interviewing developers. We had some cash that we wanted to invest in the concept. They said we should bring it to Startup Weekend, so that was 10 days prior. I went home that night after that meeting, signed up. That particular Startup Weekend sold out the next day. We networked with people who were, well-versed in the industry to help us help coach us through that weekend. We ended up winning, and that kind of spitballed us into taking this very seriously. So we got a few developers out of that weekend. Only one of them is with us now because the people that we, originally thought were going to be able to take us to the next level couldn't quite get the development done in time. So we had to reevaluate. The team we've got now we found on Upwork. And as far as design and learning how to, create the best landing pages and traction and conversions, between our team of people that we work with currently and kind of learning as we go and doing as much research and reading and blogs and it's literally we sit down and half the day we're just figuring out how to do what we want to do next and then putting it into practice. But we also use a lot of resources around us and ask the right people to guide us in the right direction. So we know how to run a business. We've done it together for a very long time. This is a new experience for us, and we've definitely learned some lessons the hard way, but that's the way I prefer it anyway. I think it makes us stronger for it. We have a better foundation, and we know how to grow from it. So.
Cool. All right. Well, we always want to end with the big question. You've touched on it a little bit, but what can the community do for you? Anything else you want to add that you haven't already?
Honestly, the reason that we show up is to network and get questions like this asked, and honestly stick around afterwards to talk to people who may have ideas and may be able to guide us in the right direction. Tell people about us. We take just about every meeting that gets offered to us because we enjoy spitballing and brainstorming and finding opportunities for us to grow and learn from you and maybe even potentially work with someone that's in the room. So we've been doing this all over the state because we just like to grow, network, spread the word, and keep meeting new people. So
awesome. All right.